Welcome to the channel USDT Masters. So today I'll be showing you how to enter during the New York session the easiest and yet excellent strategy that you can use to catch that excellent big moves on a daily basis, especially for you guys which are beginners and you wish to trade during the New York session. So and I'm using my UTC plus 2. So UTC plus 2 is for me in Johannesburg, so the times would be obviously different. So my New York session starts at 16:30 when there is momentum. Usually it was 15:30, but due to the time changes is now 16:30. I want to show you with the new times how to enter those excellent entries during the New York session. So I already did some blocks, but before that I want to explain to you something, especially for my beginners there who don't know much about trading. So this is called a doji or a rejection candlestick. So if you see something like that, a candlestick closing like this, and then it gives you something like that. I didn't draw it properly, but this is like that. It closes like that. That means it's a rejection candlestick. So it means it rejected something. Same thing if it's vice versa, if it closes in an opposite direction like that, showing that. So if market does this, so if market has been buying like that, has been going up, and there's such a candlestick appears, that means we're gonna be changing direction and going to the opposite direction, as you can see. And same thing as I said, if it's like that, same thing if it's like that. So if it's like that, it means it's been what? It's been selling. So if it's been selling, then this appears. That means we're gonna change direction and go for buys. So recently the market has been respecting this, especially during the New York session. So I will say that this is something that you should be looking out for. But let's quickly jump into it and you will see what exactly I am talking about. So let's check our first example, so which was yesterday. So yesterday, what you do, first things first. So another example I didn't show you. So you're gonna spot we're gonna go to the 15 minutes. Very important to know that I'm trading USDT, as I'm the USDT master, and I'm on the 15-minute time frame. 15 minutes, as you can see. So if you don't know how to access your time frames, just click there. There's just an arrow, as you can see there. You click it and it's gonna show you all the time frames. You're gonna click the 15 minutes, then it's gonna show you that time frame, the 15-minute one. 15-minute time frame, as you can see it. And once you're done, make sure that you choose USDT. Make sure that just type in USDT and you click it. So that's what we're gonna be using, USDT. So what we're gonna trade the 1530 candlestick close. The 1530 candlestick close. So if a 1530 candlestick, no matter the color, if it leaves a week, and this side it leaves another week. So if 1530 leaves a week, 2 weeks, so we're always gonna take the longest one, and we're gonna use that as our support or resistance. So if market comes back there, we're gonna take sells, and then if maybe market bought, we're gonna wait for it to come and retest that area for buys. So a very, very easy and yet simple strategy. So let's continue. So this is what we're gonna look at. The close of the 1530 candlestick. So looking at yesterday, which was a Monday, we saw that the 1530 candlestick, which is this one. So I'll just note it down with an arrow so you can see it. So this is the candlestick. You can see the 1630 candlestick, and then we saw it created a small wick below and it created another wick above. So we're gonna take that area, close it, and that's going to act as our support or resistance. So at this point, it's our support. I can't spell. I can't spell. I will call it an order block. Hey, I forgot how to spell support. It's crazy. So I'll call it our order block there. So as I said, what are we gonna look out for? A rejection candlestick. So as you can see, we're waiting for what? A rejection candlestick. And as you see, we saw a rejection candlestick. So that's what I drew that side, that it's something like that, and then has a long wick from this side, and then another wick just there, and then another wick just there. That's called a rejection candlestick, a doji, whatever name you wish to call it. So we see it right here appearing. I'll show it to you with an arrow right there. So the market breaking is our order block, but we don't enter until we see this. So we want to see a rejection candlestick rejecting our order block, because if it shows this, it shows that this place is indeed there is a rejection, and we can indeed take an entry. So we can take an entry by waiting for it to come back inside there, or taking a risk and entering immediately after this candlestick closes. But always our SL should be placed below the block. So our SL should always range below the block. And holding it, I can't say really how much you should hold. I'd say try to backtest it, and then you can check on your own how much pips you wish to obtain. So what I can tell you is that the entering, you can wait for it to come back there, because sometimes it does come back, or enter immediately after this close and wait for this candlestick to give you a rejection. So it's just 3 simple steps. First step is what? You spot your 1630, and then after that you draw an order block, and then last step you wait for a rejection candlestick at the order block, and then you enter. As you can see, you entered nicely, you got a nice big buy. So the SL, as I say, always make sure that it's below the order block, just below. Give it some room, because as I say, it does sometimes come back again to test it and then continuing with buys. So again there, let's check another example, nice simple example right there. So another example, so let's, step 1, spot your 1630. So I'm making a mistake, 1630 candle, that's step number 1. Here's a spotted. So what do? You check your wicks. So as you can see here, we had kind of 2 beautiful wicks both sides. So we had a wick there, but we also had a wick right there. With 2 wicks. So that is why it gave us some buys and also gave us some sells, because I could say that this wick there and that wick are the same size, if I'm not lying. They seem like they're the same size. But yeah, before we enter, we want to see a rejection candlestick in both of them before we enter. Doesn't matter. So you watched, so you saw a rejection candlestick. We had a rejection candlestick, but we also had another rejection candlestick there, and we also had another rejection candlestick there. We also had another rejection candlestick there. And so here we had a lot of places where they just confirm that this is a rejection place, and we are expecting buys. So we see that we had a rejection candlestick at that area there. So let me make it a different color. So a rejection candlestick there, and then we had another one right there, and we had another one right here. So here it was just another one. We had another one right there. So this was just a lots of confirmation candlesticks that are showing us that we are indeed expecting a change in the market direction. So again, so it depends which one you used for your entry. So it will depend and then where you entered, but it doesn't matter. I told you guys that every time you make an entry, make sure that this thing is right below. Give it some room, as you can see. As I said, after it rejects, it does sometimes just come back inside, so don't panic when you see it coming back inside. And then after that, it's going to go to our direction. So we saw it happening there, and we saw another rejection candlestick at that area there. So you could have again taken sales. So that was the rejection candlestick at our block. So again, you enter your trade, but where do you put your SL? As I said, you enter there. Oh, I'm busy choosing the wrong one. Sorry guys, sorry. So you enter there, your SL, you want it above, and there's your nice one there. You got a nice, beautiful. So yeah, another 60 pips, got nice 60 there, nice 60 there at that area. So again, let's check another 16. So again, first step, what do you do? First step, we spot our 1630. We spot our 1630. Here's our 1630. The time is shown below there. If you don't know, guys, can you see it? 1630, 1645. Can you see it's shown right there below? So that's my 1630 candle there. So I can change color, no, because we spotted our 1630. Then after spotting our 1630, what do? We look at the longest wick. So as you can see, this one is shorter, but that one is long. Let me remove this so you can see it properly. Can you see it? So it's clear that this one is the bigger wick compared to this one. So the bigger wick is gonna act as our resistance. It's gonna act as our resistance. So we do it there. You can type there, order block. And then what do you do? You're gonna wait for a rejection candlestick. So it's very important. So as you can see, this was our rejection candlestick that appeared at our area. So as I say, you can enter immediately for sales. Immediately after this rejection candlestick, you can enter immediately, wait for it to come retest. But I say it doesn't always come to retest, but it does come. So I don't want you to panic, like, oh, it's coming. Oh, don't be scared. No. So if it does come to retest, no worries. Your SL, as I said, give it some room right above the zone. And then as you can see, we went for let me say we entered immediately at the close. So here you can see we went nicely for a beautiful 100 pips. So so let's check one last example. But make sure, guys, you backtest the strategy. Make sure you backtest the strategy. Very, very important to backtest it. So again, you spot our 1630 candle. So this is the 1630 candle. Let me just show it with an arrow there. This is the 1630 candle. As you can see, it created a wick. So it's obvious that the rejection is this side, this time. So it's obvious. So this entire block, it is our rejection area, this like entire block. But if it's so huge, what I do sometimes, I just draw it at the top there. So that's what I do. But I know this entire area, it's a rejection area. At the end of the day, I know the entire block is a rejection area. So what I'll wait for a rejection upon our area. It's very important just to wait for a rejection upon that area before I enter my buys or sell. So as you can see there, so we had a rejection candlestick right there. So we can see it closed, and we also had another rejection right there. So as I said, so this is our rejection candlestick. So as I said, let me do that. So a rejection candlestick. So as I said, you can enter immediately. You can say I'm entering my sales immediately, or wait for it to come back and retest. I say it's sometimes, but it seems like it's been happening a lot. Yeah. So, but I'll say you entered immediately there, and then your SL, give it some room, put it above there, give it some room to, if it does come back, and then go for your TP. As you can see, we went for a nice 60 plus pips. So yes, so this is the strategy of just using the New York session to get some excellent entries. That's gonna just for scalping. This is purely scalping. So yes, I'll end the video there, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, you can comment, and if you wanna join my Telegram group, USDT Masters, you can just click the link below there. Click it. It's gonna direct you to our Telegram channel. Yes, and make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Thank you for watching. Sharp.